morning show, for God's sake.
DJ Envy.
Better known as the People's Choice. And salute to all my light-skinned brothers out there.
Jess Hilarious.
Jess With The Mess.
Just don't do no lying.
And Charlamagne the God.
Dog here today. Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
Yo, Breakfast Club is like being on America's front porch.
Don't feel like my rich cousins that never talk to me.
Every time I go to the Breakfast Club, I know it's going to be like a good morning.
I'm getting
Good morning, USA.
Yo, 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Yes, it's Tuesday. Good morning.
She still hasn't had the baby yet, though. I was talking to her yesterday. She was walking around, trying to, I guess, I don't know.
Get things in motion.
The baby to come, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
How's she feeling, though?
She good. Well, no, I'm lying. You know what? I asked her how she was doing, and she was like, I'm good. And then she was like, you know what? I don't know why I just lied. I'm in such pain. So, yeah, any day now.
Any day now.
Any day.
Okay.
How y'all feeling out there, man? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored here for another day, man. Another day to serve our beautiful listening audience.
Absolutely. We got a lot going on today, this morning.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I had when you have one of those little rambunctious, rowdy kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Wouldn't go to sleep.
Wouldn't go to sleep. A bad dream. It's just,
Yeah.
And
having kids.
Oh my God, those are the ones that make you feel like you ain't got no patience.
And then when you
please go to sleep.
And
Lord
then when you
have
leave
mercy.
this morning, they knocked out.
It was knocked out before I left the room last night. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there pleading with them to go to sleep because you got to get up in the morning.
That's right.
But the life of a parent, it is what it is.
Absolutely. Well, we have some guests joining us this morning. From EYL, we have Rashad and Troy Millings. They'll be joining us. Of course, they got their Invest Fest August 23rd through the 25th in Atlanta, Georgia. Yes. So they'll be joining us this morning.
And EYL is the brothers from Earn Your Leisure, in case you don't know what EYL means.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of the biggest podcasts out there, one of the biggest financial literacy podcasts out there.
Absolutely. And then we have boxer Edgar Berlanga. He'll be joining us. He's fighting Canelo Alvarez on September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. So he'll be joining us. We'll chop it up with him as well.
Edgar pulled up. Canelo didn't pull up, though.
Nah, not this time.
I saw him making the round. I saw him on Sway, and he's going to be on $1 million worth of game. He didn't pull up this time around.
Yeah, no, I didn't see him pull up.
But Edgar did.
Yeah, Edgar did. And Arce will be joining us, of course. That's our boxing analyst who helps us out.
My guy.
He'll be here in a little bit as well.
Arce and Barack, they are a duo on the zone.
Mm-hmm.
And they call fights on the zone. And I saw Barack with Sway yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Interviewing Canelo.
Oh, okay.
And Arce is up here with us this morning interviewing Edgar Berlanga.
Makes sense.
Yes.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Of course, we got front page news next with Morgan Wood, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, NV, Charlamagne, Jess. We miss you already. So yeah, let's get into it. So you guys know what today is, right? Do you know what today is? All eyes will be on Philadelphia today when Vice President Kamala Harris announces her running mate. The two will hold her and her running mate will hold their first campaign rally later today in Pennsylvania. VP Harris spent the weekend interviewing prospective running mates, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. Now, following the Philadelphia rally today, the Democratic ticket will then kick off their campaign tour through crucial battleground states, including Wisconsin, Michigan, and Arizona. And just to note, Secret Service agents were spotted leaving Governor Tim Walz's house yesterday. So we will see.
Was that Secret Service agents, Morgan? Because I saw people saying that, but he's a governor. Governors have their own motorcade. Like when Governor Shapiro pulled up to the vice president's house Sunday, it was the same thing. It was all of the black trucks and everything else. Like they have their own motorcade and their own security detail.
It's true enough, but, while we're all sitting here trying to figure it out, we're all sitting here trying to figure it out. So, yes, that did happen, and which seemingly was a little bit different from, like you said, some of the others. So we're all on VP watch at this point. So, meanwhile, on the other side of the aisle, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, he is defending his place as Donald Trump's running mate. In a recent interview with Fox News Sunday morning, Futures Vance was asked about the criticisms that he's faced as being a poor choice to be Trump's vice presidential nominee. Let's hear more from those comments from J.D. Vance on Fox.
Look, I recognize that there are a lot of folks, even in the GOP establishment, and certainly on the far left, who don't like the fact that Donald Trump picked me. I actually take their criticism as a badge of honor. And I don't come from inside the Beltway, Maria. You know, I grew up as a poor kid. I didn't come from a political family or a wealthy family. I worked my way through college, through the Marine Corps, and eventually landed as Donald Trump's running mate. I'm not shocked that a lot of inside the Beltway media types don't like me, but their policies are the problem. Of course they don't like me because we're running to fix what they have broken.
Well, it's only a bad pick if they lose, so you don't know if it's a bad pick until after the election.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. And when he refers to inside the Beltway, that's a Washington, D.C., DMV type term. Basically, Washington insiders, people who have been in, the D.C. area, the Washington, D.C. White House congressional circuit, if you will. So Vance also argued that media will attack people they fear the most. He also plans to prosecute the case against Kamala Harris and show that Americans were more prosperous during Trump's time as president. Now, both J.D. Vance and Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris, they will both be in Eau Claire, Wisconsin tomorrow. Again, a battleground state. Now, Harris is scheduled to pick, with her new VP pick, they're going to make a stop in Eau Claire. And Vance is also set to deliver a speech to the faithful in northwestern Wisconsin. Now, the dual visit is just the latest sign of how important Wisconsin is in this year's election. The latest polls do show former President Trump with a slight lead over Harris in Wisconsin, but Trump's lead is smaller than it was over Joe Biden at that time.
It's impossible. I mean, it's very impressive how they always take the language of the left and use it against him. He said he's going to prosecute the case against Vice President Kamala Harris. That's the language they was using on Trump. Vice President Kamala Harris is going to prosecute the case against Trump.
Yep, exactly. So in other news, switching gears, the families of police brutality victims and community activists are calling for reforms, following the recent deadly police-involved shooting of Sonia Massey in her Illinois home. Now, a rally was held over the weekend on Saturday outside of Chicago Police Headquarters. Organizers stood in solidarity with the Massey family in a call for justice and change. Now, the former Sangamon County Deputy, Sean Grayson, who shot Massey, has a history of misconduct and has been fired and charged with murder, amongst other charges. Now, protesters also called on Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which is a proposed bill that increases accountability for law enforcement misconduct in these certain types of situations. So more going on with the case of Sonia Massey. Of course, we'll keep you updated in regards to what all happens and unfolds with that.
All right. Well, thank you.
And the George Floyd Policing Act, it won't pass if Republicans and Democrats can't get on the same page, because, it can get past the House, but, it can't get past the Senate when it's got the pushback from Republicans.
All right. We'll see you next hour, Morgan.
Yes, we'll talk about the courts.
All right. And everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up next. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
This is James over here from Broward County, man, Deerfield Beach, Florida.
James, what up, Florida? Get it off your chest.
What's going on? Man, how I feel, man, I want to get rid of all that hate in the workplace, man. You know what I'm saying? See, I'm a natural hard worker, so anytime I get to a job, I excel real fast because I learn fast and I work hard. You got people, they teach you the ropes. You got people like sideways trainers. They'll teach you the ropes and don't expect you to get it. So I just get tired of that. Like, if you feel some kind of way, get like me. You know what I'm saying? Don't work hard as me.
Yeah, but they're going to keep hating on you, my brother. As long as you keep lapping them and outperforming them naturally, what you do naturally, they got to work hard to do, they going to hate on you for that, brother.
Yeah, I know. They say you ain't nothing if you ain't got haters.
That is a fact.
There you go.
I just feel like it shouldn't be like that. Especially, and then it'll be people of the same color. That'd be the main one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? You have people that hate on you because they jealous and envious of you. And you got people that hate on you because you're a terrible person. All right, might be somewhere in the middle.
That's right. Well, keep working hard, brother.
All right, thank you.
Don't let them haters affect you. Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Larissa.
Hey, Larissa, get it off your chest.
Hi, I just want to thank Charlamagne the God for sharing my book review on the stories yesterday.
Oh, thank you for the book review. I appreciate that. You did a book review of my new book, Get Honest or Die Lying. I really appreciate that. I appreciate when people take the time to do that. That means a lot.
Of course. I'm a huge follower, and I just want to thank you for always coming back to Atlanta. And I'm not even a podcaster, but every time you're in Atlanta, we come see you. So just thank you for being you.
Absolutely. Our Generation Publishing. Her name is Larisha Harris. So thank
That's
you,
right.
Larisha.
And also, I'd like to send you my books, too, if I can have a chance.
Yeah, hold on. We'll put you on hold and that, and we'll give you the address and everything.
Perfect. Thanks. Thank you, Envy.
Hold on.
Don't hang up on her either.
I didn't.
Envy.
I put her on hold. I said hold.
Make sure you get Larisha's information. I'm gonna send her some autographed books. Like people that take the time to do stuff like that, you don't got to take the time to do a book review. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Hello, who's this?
This Shantae in Dallas, Texas.
Hey, Shantae
y'all.
from Dallas. What's up? Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Man, y'all, we need to get out and vote. This is not a game. It's funny on Instagram in the comments on the shade room, but this is real deal feel. You need to get out. Everybody needs to vote. Register.gov if y'all don't know, but yeah, it's getting real in the field. People are really like crazy. I don't know.
Give me more. I do agree with you. Everybody should exercise their right to vote, but why do you feel that way? Why you feel so passionate about that?
Well, I just feel passionate because look at what Trump is for, and he's sitting in our face playing. Like, and don't get me wrong, Kamala got her, faults, and, Biden, the last 4 years ain't did too much, so it's hard to believe that she may not do too much, but she better than Trump.
Okay. All right.
It's a better choice than Trump.
Well, I'm with you. People need to get out there and vote. People need to get their ass out there and vote. Don't sit on the couch. Don't be tired. Don't say I'm not taking it no more. We need to get out there and vote for whoever you want to vote for.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, everybody's like, oh, she's not for the black people. Like, yeah, I get that. But what about, the cap on the insulin cost? Like,
right.
A lot of black people are diabetic.
That is true. The cap on the insulin cost was definitely something tangible. It's something tangible that I point to. I agree with you on that.
Well, thank you,
Mama. I'm just saying that we can start there. What about the cap on, on the percentage of taxes and stuff? Like, it's stuff like that. Like, Trump really not. I don't know. I'm not here to voice Kamala or Trump. Like you said, everybody got their own opinion, but everybody needs to vote, period.
I do like what you did, though. I like the fact that, you look at both candidates and, you find a couple of issues that you agree with and, that's who you choose to support. That's what I tell folks. It's not about individuals. It's about interests. Like, vote your interests. Look at both candidates. Look what they stand for and, vote for the things that you like.
Yep. I got your book, Uncle Charlotte.
Thank you. Which one? Which one? I got 3.
Yeah, Honest or Die Lying.
Thank you.
I just got it.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Have a good one, Mama.
Yes. Good morning. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
I think all of y'all should go out there and get a copy of Get Honest or Die Lying, Why Small Talk Sucks. I think it's a fantastic book, but I could be biased.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Wake up. Wake your ass.
This is your time to get it off your chest. Whether you're mad or blessed, we want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what up? This Sonya from Omaha, Nebraska.
Hey, what's
Omaha,
up?
Nebraska, the home of one of the greatest fighters that we've ever seen, Terrence Crawford.
Hey, you know what? It was crazy. I went to Monroe with him.
Oh, you went to school with him?
Yeah, for a little bit, yeah.
High
2008. Huh?
That's high school?
No, that's a middle school.
Oh, okay. Did he used to fight in middle school?
I mean, yeah, dude's a banger.
Oh, he used to be beating people up in middle school?
Yeah, dude used to be beating people up everywhere on the block. Right off of by Fields Foodway over off of 30th and Ames.
Damn, Terrence Crawford. Well, I'm glad that he turned that
to positivity.
That into something positive.
To a job, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, get it off your chest.
Hey, you know what? I'm going to be honest with y'all. I want to get it off my chest. I want to talk about how these police out here are just committing, like, honestly, it's becoming something like a genocide, to be real. And they're just getting away with it. We had a police-involved shooting out here in Omaha, Nebraska, and it happened on 108th and Maple. They shot a guy who they said was arguing with his girlfriend, shot him in the neck, critically injured the guy, and then there's just nothing about it. The only thing we've seen in the news is the police just reinstated the guy. So he's back working again. He's back on social media, and there's nothing being done about it. It's just something that we accept.
Right.
Yeah, it's become very normalized. Meanwhile, Donald Trump is out here saying he wants to give immunity to police.
Mm-hmm.
And that right there is absolutely ridiculous. Like, how can you give full immunity to these people who honestly, they don't care about human life. They don't see us as human. And if they don't see us as human, then why do they care about killing us?
Yeah.
We ain't nothing. Like, and that's how they see us. That's some real talk. I work out here with a lot of people who see these shootings and they say, like, well, why didn't she pick the pot up? And you like, man, nah.
Yeah,
you can't argue about it. You can't do nothing about it. It's just I'm not gonna lie with you. Omaha, Nebraska, it's extremely racist. It's down from our electric system. I don't know if you remember me. I called last 2 weeks ago, and I was talking about how voter suppression is real down here in Omaha.
I remember, absolutely.
And
I remember.
It goes down to our power grid. Out in the urban area in North Omaha, they have all of our power lines above ground. You drive out west of the nice neighborhoods, they're all buried. So we're constantly going through, like, we just had these huge tornadoes come through and knocked all these trees over, ruining, I'm still without power since last Wednesday.
Damn.
Wow.
You know what I mean? It is just systematic racism. And it's like Frederick Douglass said, it wasn't Frederick Douglass. It was someone who
James Baldwin.
To be a cautious black person in America and to be in a state of constant anger. And I'm telling you, if you just realize how racist
James Baldwin.
Omaha, Nebraska is, you will feel that way.
Yeah, that was James Baldwin who said that. Well, I like what not this phone call. I mean, I appreciate you this phone call too, but last phone call, you was really just wanting to get people to get out there and vote. And I mean, when you talk about the police issue, it's very important to remember that Donald Trump did say, we want to give the police their power back, which is crazy because they have all the power now, and we're going to give them immunity from prosecution. So, let that be something that fuels you in November. That's all.
That's right. And get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you can hit us up. Now, we got Jess with the mess. Of course, Jess is on maternity leave, so we're holding it down for her. Yesterday, Donald Trump went on streamer Aiden Ross's platform.
I loved it.
And he had a lot to say.
I loved it.
And we'll tell you when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is on maternity leave. We're holding it down for her. She didn't have the baby yet, so if you're asking or you're thinking, no, not yet. Soon be, though. But let's get to Jess with the mess. Let's go.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
Now, yesterday, former President Donald Trump appeared on Aiden Ross's stream yesterday. And you know who Aiden Ross is. He's a streamer. He's a video game streamer, has a lot of followers. And when he walked in, Aiden Ross played Many Men. That was his intro. That was the way he walked in. Now, the stream was about 1 hour and 20 minutes. And they talked about a lot of different things. One of the things they spoke on was immigration in America.
What if, I happen to be born in another country and I want to come the right way? How would that work?
Well, that's what we want. We want people to come in, but they have to come in through a system, through a legal system. And, one of the things that's unfair is we have hundreds of thousands of people that have applied to come in, and this administration doesn't talk to them.
Right.
But if they walk through the southern border, they have no problem getting in. I don't even know why they're doing this, but some people are waiting 10 years to come in, and they've studied, they learned all about the United States, about our Constitution, about everything, and they're not being let in, and we're allowing people to come in from really rough places, really bad places, and they come in through caravans, and these caravans have 10, 20, 30,000 people, and they're pouring through Mexico.
That's crazy.
Man, let the record show. I loved this press hit for Donald Trump, and the reason I loved it is because you have to meet people where they are. Like, you running for president of the United States of America, there is a new potential voter turning 18 every day. So don't take any audience for granted. Okay, you got some elitist, bougie liberals who will say things like that audience doesn't vote. How you know? Right? How do we know appearances like that don't motivate people to vote? Because when I look at Aiden Ross with his MAGA hat on and the audience that he had sitting in there with their MAGA hats on and Trump paraphernalia,
they got some type of influence.
That's right. And they look like they voting to me. And once again, Trump went and engaged the audience. So he may energize them to go vote for him. To just dismiss that scream as unserious, to dismiss that audience as unserious, that's a grave miscalculation.
I agree. Now, he also spoke on Biden and Kamala Harris.
You said something about common sense. Someone who has no common sense. Joe Biden. Do you think he was pushed out, or do you think he made the decision to step down?
No, he was not only pushed out, it was a coup. They went in to see him. He did badly. The debate was a disaster.
It was horrible.
Okay? I don't know if I was brilliant or if he was horrible. Maybe it was a combination of both.
Yeah.
Okay? After I left, I said, that was one of the greatest debate performances we've ever seen. And then 2 days later, they just said he was terrible. Look, he's done tremendous damage to our country. He was a terrible president. He was the worst president we've ever had. She's, by the way, considered the most unpopular vice president we've ever had. But she's worse than he is. I actually think he's smarter than her, and I think he's a really not smart person. But I think he's smarter than she is.
Well, Trump knows a coup when he sees one, because he led one on January 6th. Mm-hmm. What I will say, the vice president, Kamala Harris, needs to be out there doing the same thing. She hasn't done an interview or an official press conference since Biden stepped down. I don't care if she sits with Good Morning America or the 85 South Show. She just needs to be, she needs to sit down with someone and let folks know what she is about. Let them know what her agenda is. Because if you go to her website right now, it tells you a lot of things she's done as VP and, Attorney General, her time in the Senate, but it's nothing about what she will do as president. You got 90 days to tell that story. If you ask me, she should be doing as many interviews as possible, especially in battleground states and on the biggest platforms they can find, because there's still a lot of undecided voters out there.
Absolutely. The Breakfast Club being one of them. Now, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Donald Trump. He appeared on Aiden Ross's stream yesterday. He's a huge streamer, if you don't know. They did kind of like a rapid fire segment where he was talking about his thoughts on Kanye.
So he's very complicated. Let's say complicated. Because he's a really nice guy, but he can get himself into trouble and he can get some other people. But he's got a good heart. He does. But he's complicated. Kanye.
Now, he spoke on U.S. Representative AOC as well.
Fake, but in all fairness, look, but she knows it. She's got a thing going. It's a good thing. She's a good thing for her. But there's a certain something she's got. She's got a spark. That's pretty amazing, actually. She's got a good spark. So I'll change it. I'll say spark.
And he's up there sounding honest. Yeah. He sounds like he's answering everything honestly.
Now, and lastly, this is what was trending yesterday. Aiden Ross asked Donald Trump about his thoughts on how DA Fani Willis was handling Young Thug's RICO trial. And this is how Thug answered. This is how Trump answered.
I know Fani Willis has treated you very unfair. I have a friend who's currently being treated unfair by her. He's a rapper named Young Thug.
Yeah.
And I
heard that, actually.
Yeah, I just was wondering if there's a way that we can make sure he gets treated fair. That's all.
So I've heard about him, and I heard he's being treated very unfairly by her. Yeah. And I would tell her she's got to treat these patriots that are being all terrible. They're going after him. And I hear Young Thug is being treated. I heard the name.
Yeah.
I heard it from other people where they say he's being treated very unfairly.
Very unfair.
So he's got to be treated fairly.
Please.
Listen, I don't even think he was pandering. He was asked a question about a woman, Fani Willis, who was prosecuting him as well. Mm-hmm. Those have been her most high-profile cases that I've seen. Okay, Jeffrey and Donald, Young Thug and Old Thug. And he didn't say anything we all don't feel, which is, Young Thug isn't being treated fairly.
Right.
Listen, man, once again, I like the press hit. Trump is an unorthodox candidate. He doesn't come from the political world. He's an entertainer, so he understands how to entertain. He understands pop culture. That interview right there owned the headlines yesterday. I was watching CNN last night, and from about 6 p.m. to about 10 p.m., when I went to sleep, that interview with Aiden Ross was all over CNN.
That's right.
And Aiden Ross's age demo is age 13 to 24.
13 to 24, yep.
Yeah, mostly men. Like I said earlier, there's new voters turning 18 every day. Okay, so to just dismiss that audience and act like that audience doesn't vote, I think that's a grave miscalculation. That is a mistake. Meet people where they are.
Yep, and then at the end of that live stream, Aiden Ross gifted Donald Trump a presidential Rolex.
Jesus Christ.
And also, he gave him a wrapped Tesla Cybertruck.
Now, is that legal? Probably, because the Supreme Court said, well, it wasn't a bribe.
Well,
can they take gifts?
Well, Trump seemed excited about it, but they're saying contributions to federal candidates from an individual are limited to $3,300. So they're saying that those gifts are valued way more than that. And they believe once Trump finds out that he's not allowed to take it, he'll be turning down gifts or donating them to charity.
Donald Trump is going to do the right thing? Okay,
but
sure.
He's probably going to have to in this case. He's probably going to donate them.
Oh, please.
He's going to donate
Y'all
them.
Still expecting Donald Trump to follow the rules?
He's going to
knock it off,
He's
man.
going to donate them. He's probably going to give it to somebody at one of his rallies.
Oh, God, you naive Americans. Humans are so crazy.
He's not going to keep this. They own him too much.
Man, shut up. This is Donald Trump we talking about.
They own his ass. They're not going to keep that.
YOLO.
You think going to drive down Madison Park
Donald
Avenue?
Trump say, F it, we ball.
You think you're going to pull up on the Cybertruck?
Donald Trump say you do what you want when you pop it.
You think you're going to pull up in Mar-a-Lago?
Yes.
With the watch on. With the watch out the window?
Yes. At the next debate, if he decided to show up, what are you talking about?
Would that be hard, though, if he pulled up at the next debate with the Cybertruck with the watch out the window with his face on the side of it?
All I'm saying
that'd be hard.
All I'm saying is...
Playing Young Thug? Lifestyle.
I'm just saying I respect
that'd be hard.
Because you meet people where they are. All right? Somebody told me yesterday that there's a difference between young voters and young people. I'm like... Well, what's the difference? Young people can become young voters if you engage them and energize them to vote.
That's right.
So, like I said, to dismiss that audience and act like that audience is unserious, that's a mistake.
All right. Well, that was Jess's mess. All right. Again, Jess is out. She's on maternity leave. And when we come back, we got front page news. Morgan Wood will be joining us, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now let's get back in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning. So, the courts have been quite the conversation, or part of the conversation as of recently. So U.S. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, he's facing scrutiny. No news there, but for failing to disclose a 2010 flight from Hawaii to New Zealand on a Republican donor's private jet. Ron Wyden, the Democratic chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, says that's according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection records. Wyden says the records show Thomas and his wife Jenny left Hawaii on GOP megadonor Harlan Crow's jet and returned 1 week later. This is the latest example made public of Thomas's accepting luxury travel from Harlan Crow, which has sparked calls for ethics reform at the Supreme Court. Now, that's something that you've been calling for, Shar. Is this moving in the direction that you like to see it?
Yes, any type of reform against the Supreme Court, I am for. But the real reform is going to come in expanding the Supreme Court. And I also wonder, too, with this failing to disclose the 2020 flight from Hawaii to New Zealand, does this even matter now, being that they made bribery legal? The Supreme Court? Like, I'm wondering, like, does that even matter now? Like, they literally made it okay for them to accept bribes. So, does this matter?
We are in unprecedented times. I'm sure this is something that, again, we'll have to watch and see how this all plays out in terms of, how is it all going to play out in November, I guess, is a huge factor in all of that. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, in New Jersey is mourning the passing of the first black justice to serve on the state Supreme Court. In a statement, Governor Murphy and Acting Governor Way called James H. Coleman Jr. a lifelong trailblazer, pointing out that he was born the son of a sharecropper in racially segregated Virginia. They say despite growing up surrounded by white supremacy, Coleman became the U.S. Army reservist and received undergrad and law degrees from two historically black colleges, universities, HBCUs, before he eventually served in virtually every part of New Jersey's state judiciary. Coleman passed away last week at the age of 91. Now, I would ask you to drop a clues bomb, but I'm not sure if you would put it towards, him actually passing away.
There you go again, Morgan.
Life and legacy.
You always want to drop clues bombs for people that's dead. Why do you do that?
The life and the legacy that they have left. No, we really do salute.
You did this for Sheila Jackson Lee. Now you want to do this for this brother. You want to drop clues bombs for people that are no longer here. Drop clues bombs because they dead.
Drop the clues bomb for Team USA. Okay,
there you go. That one makes sense.
Okay, so Simone Biles is adding a silver medal to her collection as she wraps up her time at the Paris Olympics. She finished behind Brazil's Rebecca Andrade in the women's floor exercise final on Monday. Now, Biles says she has no regrets about her performance, and teammate Jordan Childs called it unbelievable to go from 5th to 3rd. Let's hear from Biles and Childs.
I'm not very upset or anything about my performance at the Olympics. happy, proud, and even more excited that it's over. When it came through, I was like very proud of myself. You know, it was my first event final, my first event medal. Like, this is crazy.
The Team USA's Jordan Childs earned a bronze medal. The silver gives Biles 11 overall medals in her Olympic career. Biles left the door open to trying to compete at the 2028 Los Angeles Olympics. That should be exciting to see since they'll be here in the U.S. stateside.
There was another sister who got gold too, right? Because wasn't it all three of them?
Andrade, Rebecca Andrade as the Brazilian.
Yeah, Brazilian. Yeah, she won. Yeah, but I mean, they were they were all falling off the balance beam yesterday. I feel bad for all of them. I mean, it was like I think 5 of them that fell off yesterday, but they put on a hell of a performance.
Did you take issue with that photo at all? The fact that Biles and Childs were kind of like bowing towards Andrade?
No, I think they were just showing their sister support. People got to understand is even though that, you know, these people represent different countries, they all train with each other. They all train with each other in the States, and most people don't even know that. Like, a lot of these athletes train in the States, and they all are friends. So the fact that she was repping for her friend, I ain't had no problem with that.
And good is good, right? Like that. To me, I look at somebody like Simone Biles. She's the GOAT. She represents greatness. But if she recognizes the greatness in somebody else and chooses to bow to them or salute them, why not? I think that's dope.
Good sportsmanship for sure. So, of course, this comes in other events as the U.S. women's 3-on-3 basketball team also secured a medal at the Paris Olympics on Monday. They took down Canada 16-13, earned bronze. And the United States men's basketball team is looking to lock up a spot in the Olympic semifinals. Team USA will face Brazil in the quarterfinals today in Paris. And the U.S. is 9-8 against Brazil all time in the Olympics, so this should be an easy win. We'll see what happens with that. But the last win in the series came back to Atlanta in 1996. Now the Americans finished group play in Paris at 3-0, following wins over Serbia, South Sudan, and Puerto Rico. So we will see what goes on with the men later on today. Tip-off is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. So don't forget that iHeart is the exclusive audio home for NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics, featuring hourly updates and highlights all throughout the games. Yes, we've got you covered here. iHeart, the app is free. Make sure you download it and catch that coverage.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. You can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network at BINnews.com. And shout out all the young athletes out there.
Peace, Morgan.
Now, when we come back, the brothers from Earn Your Leisure, EYL, will be here, Rashad and Troy Milling. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We got the brothers Troy and Rashad from Earn Your Leisure. Welcome.
What's up, man? What's going on?
So, InvestFest 2024, back in Atlanta.
Sir.
For people that don't know what InvestFest is, break down what InvestFest is and why they should be there, why they need to be there.
It's our 4th annual, too. That's very important to say.
4th annual, for sure. So we wanted to make it where, music festivals became very popular, right? From Rolling Loud to Coachella to Roots Picnic, and that feel of a music festival is just a good vibe if you ever been to a music festival. And then business conferences are more like stush and more corporate,
stuffy and trash.
Yeah, exactly. So we wanted to combine a music festival with the education and format of a business conference. So that's where InvestFest came from. So we got food trucks, we got musical performances, we have a vendor marketplace, but we also have panels on crypto, on real estate, on stocks, home buying. So all of the education is there, but it's fun, it's a vibe. It's not stush. You don't have to feel intimidated. It's for people that might have just graduated from college, or for people that are CEOs of companies, right? Anywhere in between. So we want to just create that vibe, and it's the 4th year. And I feel like this year is going to be the biggest year as far as our lineup, as far as what we got, give back and everything. So really looking forward to it.
So break down the lineup, because, y'all had Tyler Perry before. So what's bigger than Tyler Perry? You said bigger, so what's bigger?
Well, I love Tyler. That's business and entertainment, but y'all be having some real big dogs in the actual business world.
I think it's important to blend both, right? So people can see aspiration from different aspects. So Tyler Perry is huge, but like if you see over the past couple of years, he's been mentoring a guy named Curtis Jackson. And so 50 is our headliner this year, which is incredible because we know him from music, right? We've watched since 2002 when he took over, in 2003 obviously when Get Rich came out.
But now what he's done inside the world of business is equally as impressive. But he hasn't had the opportunity yet, or given anybody the opportunity to talk about that business acumen. I'm sure you know, you watched it firsthand. So that's important. We want to highlight him and his success in business. We got Stephen A. Smith, what he's doing in media right now. Shannon Sharp is going to be there for VIP night. So what they've done inside the media is important. And we got local entrepreneurs too, man. I mean, Damon John's going to be there. Don Peoples. So you got all these heavy hitters inside there.
Pinky Cole.
I'm getting to the local entrepreneurs. Yeah, so the local entrepreneurs is important too, right? Because Pinky Cole is that next person up when we're talking about $1 billion valuation. We're watching it happen in real time. And so we want to have that commerce and culture mix where it's like, yeah, you could be a Fortune 500 CEO, but you could be coming from high school. Like, we got kids coming down there. We got 100 kids from New York City that's flying down. We find 50 kids from our community so they can see it. Because once they see it, you can't unsee it. I always tell people, like, InvestFest is cool, but you got to experience it in real life and in person, because it's just a different feel.
One thing that I've been paying attention to, I see that y'all got the marathon gonna be there. So Black Sam, who else?
Black Sam and JP. They're gonna be speaking, and then they bringing their whole team, but those two will be on stage with us.
And y'all got a partnership with Microsoft and Nipsey's The Marathon for a pitch competition.
Yeah. So and Lauren London's gonna be there too. Nip was somebody that it's crazy. We never got a chance to meet Nip, but he was one of the people that we definitely wanted to interview, because everything that we embody, that's what he stood for, as far as entrepreneurship and being independent. F the middleman. That's like his whole slogan. So we never got a chance to meet him. Unfortunately, he passed away, but we really built strong relationships with every single person that was next to him or close to him. So Black Sam, man, that's my guy. And Sam don't really talk too much
at all.
So like if you develop a relationship with Sam, it's a real relationship. It's not like no industry. So
that's my guy. Salute to Sam.
We wanted to honor Nip. We pitched to him the idea of having a pitch competition, kind of like Shark Tank, right? Where it's like we're gonna have 100 people, and then the first round is the 100 people is gonna audition, like America's Got Talent. Then from there, 4 people will be selected to the next round, and then we're going to pick one person live on stage, and the winner of that is going to get $100,000 to their business. So it's a really dope opportunity. Anybody can enter, as long as you got a ticket. Anybody can enter, and I think to be able, we talk about access to capital a lot, and Fearless Fund, from Fearless Fund, all that, right? So they trying to take away access to capital. We already have no access to capital, really, if you think about it. So anytime you can really give people money towards their business, like that's really could be life changing. You never know what that can turn into. So
the money is one thing, but the information to do with the money. So y'all give them that piece too.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna be working with them, because you're right. We don't, and that's part of the vetting process too, to make sure that they kind of already are on track to be successful. Because you don't want to give somebody money, then nothing is ever guaranteed. But we want to make sure that we put them in the best situation possible to win. So definitely mentorship. We're going to give them all of our resources, as far as like accountants, lawyers, and stuff like that, so they can be successful. And so we had that already done. And then when Microsoft came in, they wanted to be a part of it. So we was like, well, this is something that we're doing if you guys want to chip in on it. So it's a collaboration as far as that $100,000 from Microsoft, Earn Your Leisure, and the Neighborhood Nip Foundation. And we're doing that. And Marathon is going to have a pop-up shop.
Yes,
at InvestFest. That's their first pop-up shop in Atlanta in over 10 years.
Wow.
So and then Lauren London, we're doing a $25,000 giveaway with Lauren London to a woman-led business in healthcare. So it's a lot of give back, but to involve Nip's family, I thought was just a really, really dope idea. And like I said, they just been super solid. Like like Sam, super solid. So when we asked him, sat down with them, and they was like, yeah, let's do it, and they just thought it was a great way to honor the legacy of Nipsey Hussle. So that's something that we definitely looking forward to.
And the Lauren piece was so dope, because obviously we know the relationship with the Marathon, but she was like, no, I have initiatives that I really like. So women's health is like at the forefront of her, everything that she stands for.
And she's big on mental health and mindfulness.
Huge on it. And so she was like, I would love to do it, but here's the things I would love if we can make it happen. And so shout out to our brothers at Healthy MD. They were like, look, we have a health and wellness business that we already run. We would love to partner with them. And so the $25,000 will be given out to a women-led business. But also, they're like, look, we're not only going to do that, we're going to mentor you in this space, since we're experts in it. They've hundreds of millions of dollars that they've created and generated in business. So they're going to hold their hands through this process, make sure that the business gets off to the right start with that $25,000. So like you said, these things don't happen in our community, right? And so once we see there's an absence, we can fill the gap. And that's what this is all about.
All right, we got more with Earn Your Leisure, Rashad Bilal and Troy Millings when we come back. Of course, at Vest Fest is August 23rd through the 25th in Atlanta, Georgia. We'll talk to them some more. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, and Charlamagne the Guy. We're still kicking it with the brothers from Earn Your Leisure. Now, I got a question. With so many people that you guys have in Atlanta, had any politicians ever reached out to y'all? Because it would be the perfect place for like Kamala Harris to come speak, right?
I'm glad you said that, Envy. I'm glad you said that, Envy.
Especially because she's so into entrepreneurship and small business.
I'm glad you said that. We got to clip this up.
We got to clip this up. But yeah, we've been speaking to her team last year. So the idea was to get her there last year, and just the timing, the way that everything worked out, we weren't able to do it. And so we just been in contact with her, and we've been, hinting at it. We understand the importance of the election. We understand the importance of Atlanta, Fulton County, Georgia as a state overall, what it means to the election. And so we were able to, she invited us over a few times. Shout out to the black men that sat down with us at the dinner. And then we sat down on her economic tour. That was something that was really important to her, to have black men talking about economics, and she wanted to kick it off with us in Atlanta.
Kicked it off.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did in April. So that was dope. And so, at the time, it was like, okay, all roads are pulling to Atlanta. This is great. Well, it's so far out that we can't put it on the calendar, just because that's just the way politics works in a sense. And she said, hit us back in the first week of July, and we did. And then the third week of July, everything kind of changed, right? Because
she's a little busy.
She's a little busy this summer. She's a little busy, but stay tuned.
I think, but like you said, I feel like, to me, it would be a no-brainer for her to come if she's available, because tens of thousands of people, and having a serious conversation about economics and addressing issues like what's a black job and access to capital. These are real serious conversations that I think we need to have. So, yeah, we still.
Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah. I saw she had the rally in Atlanta, so
that's what I'm saying. She did, but
she did. And it's a swing state.
But this is going to be a different conversation.
Yeah, I've been rocking with the VP for a minute, and one of the things that I've always been attracted to her about is, her stance on economics, what she wants to do for small businesses. So when y'all kicked off the nationwide economic tour with her, y'all sat with her. What about her economic plan do y'all like? I'm not trying to get an endorsement or nothing. I'm just like, I'm an issues person.
Yeah.
So I support her for this issue.
Well, one thing as far as like just the openness to be willing to listen. Like, we sat down with her a few times, and I respect the fact that she's not coming in saying, I know everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? She's like, yo, tell me, like, what do I need? Like, first the conversation is, what is the disconnect between black men and the administration? That's when she was a vice president. A lot of black men unhappy with Biden. A lot of black men still even unhappy with her. So she wanted to know what was causing that unhappiness, right? And I thought that was big of her to, like, not talk to us, to listen to us.
That's right.
Same thing with economics. Like, we spoke to them. And we spoke to a bunch of the Democrats on Capitol Hill, and they were like, well, what do y'all need? And we told them, like, access to capital is important, right? Where there's $73 billion out there, and we get less than 1%. Like, how are we going to really scale businesses if we don't have money to start the business, right? Like, that's important. So we was telling her a few different things, and she was willing to listen. And I know that that's something that she has championed as far as access to capital, and something that she said that she was definitely wanting to improve the situation. We have to kind of see the details of it, but she definitely spoke to us about access to capital,
bringing back the middle class, making sure everybody can start a
student loan was one of the big things that she talked about. And obviously, I'm a person.
Home ownership.
I was just going to get into that. So the home ownership piece was huge, right? When we look at wealth inside of our country, specifically for our community, we know that only 45% of us own homes. But if you look at anybody's wealth that's been created, it comes from home ownership. And so having incentives for new home buyers, I was like, this is a piece that we need. It's missing. So, like, answering those questions, the student loan questions, it's like, all right, well, these are solutions, especially because we suffer from them, right? Like, we don't have the capital to pay for tuition, right? So we go into debt, and that debt cripples us for years and years and years. So to know that's on the forefront of her mind, to understand that she has a plan, like she said, she's listening, she's receptive to it, it was dope, man. And she's invited us a couple of times, so it tells us that she's aware of what's happening. She understands that we have an audience that she needs to tap into, and so we're very aware of it. But it's dope that we have the ear of somebody at that.
Let me ask y'all a question. I want to get y'all opinion. You saw Trump was at the National Black Journalist.
Yeah, National Association for Black Journalists.
You think it would be a good idea if we have Trump at InvestFest, or don't do that?
Why not? I mean, here's my thing, and I said this about the National Association for Black Journalists. They're journalists. Their job is to be objective and biased. All they're there to do is bring the person in front of the audience and ask the question.
Let them decide.
Like, why do we as black people, because this is a black thing, right? Why do we as black people beat each other up about this kind of stuff, about platforming people? This guy can be on CNN, MSNBC, Fox, ABC, doing the same thing, and nobody says, why y'all platforming them? As soon as Earn Your Leisure does it, or Breakfast Club does it, you platforming it. Why? I don't understand that logic. I really don't.
See, I take it a step further. Like, I mean, this is a business festival, right? Love Trump, hate Trump, however you feel about him. He came from Queens, and he damn near, they say he built New York City when a time when everybody was running away. So to get in his mind, to see what his mind frame was, how he did it, what was his mind process, how he got the money, and how he did all that, I don't see why not. I don't see why that would be a problem.
I mean, you're talking about the future of the economy, right? Yes. So, like, when we're talking about investing, when we're doing Market Mondays, it's important that if he's going to put tariffs on China, they need to know, like, what does that mean, right? Like, when he talks about Taiwan, what does that mean? What does foreign policy mean? Especially for American companies when we're talking about investing. Like, you would want to hear those answers if this is going to be the guy who's going to lead the nation over the next 4 years. So, I mean, you got to look at it from have context on it, but have perspective as well.
So what business is growing the quickest now, right? Because, you know, coming from New York and Queens, usually we only see basketball and rap, right? Hip hop. Yeah. But there's so many businesses growing now. So what's the number one business that more and more people are asking you guys to talk more about because they're getting into?
AI.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
AI. Like this year we got 5 different panels. Shout out to Van Jones. He put together a whole curriculum because, you know, he just got $100 million.
Y'all platforming Van Jones?
Don't you start that, Charlamagne.
I'm just messing with Van. Salute to Van.
But nah,
us bald heads gotta stick together.
Everybody want to know about AI. So like that's this technology thing is really changing the world. And if you use it, you understand, like, it's damn near magic, right? Like,
but what's your thoughts on AI? Because, you know, a lot of kids and a lot of y'all came from education. Kids ain't studying the same way when they can just type it into AI and say, type me a 10-page paper, and it comes right in, and all they got to do is just kind of just take words in and out.
If you're educated, then you have to be adaptive to that, right? Like, you got to be responsive with the education. The way you used to teach is not going to be the way of the future, and so that's why we talk about education reform, because it's important, right? Like, the textbook days is over, man. And so, like, the quicker that we understand that, the better we'll be able to adapt and use these things to our benefit.
But I feel like black people, a lot of times, we have a lot of fear of things that we don't understand. So you see things like, yo, AI is going to take the jobs, and even Trump plays towards that, like, they're going to take black jobs, right? And we interviewed Don Peoples, and he was kind of, he has a relationship with Trump, so he was kind of speaking kind of friendly about him, but he said something that was key, and he was like, he doesn't think he's racist, he think he has an outdated view of us, meaning, like, he still looks at black people as it's 1970, 1980, like, you know what I'm saying, like, these are your jobs, like, because they don't look at us as, like, leaders in industry, right? They don't look at us as, like,
equals.
Exactly, like, on that level. So, and we don't look at ourselves that way either a lot of times. So I think we can't be scared of this technology because it's going to come one way or another. Right? It's like a tsunami. Like, either you prepare for it or you're just going to get washed away. So they say it's going to take over 200 million jobs over the next 10 years globally. And some people say that's a low estimate. But it's also going to create jobs. And it's going to create a lot of wealth, too. You look at a company like NVIDIA. Nobody even heard of NVIDIA 5 years ago. The average everyday person. Now, they're the second most valuable company in the world. Right? Like, over the course of 18 months. So that's because of technology. That's because of AI. So I feel like we use AI all the time, and it's only going to get bigger. So for the kids, to answer your question, it's similar to when a calculator came out, right? Like, before, you used to have to actually physically do long division, but then once you realize that the calculator allows you to do it much quicker, you still have to be educated enough to know how to work the calculator. Like, even ChatGPT, you have to be educated enough to ask the right questions, to prompt it, to know, okay, now this is a little off. I need to. You just can't just have no brain at all and let it think for you, because then it's not going to work properly. So I think that the only thing that we can do is educate ourselves on AI, because there is no way around it. And like, some of the stuff, like, even we met with Will.i.am, he's going to be there. Some of the stuff that he told us was
different.
He's futuristic.
This dude, he's out of here.
He's 100 years.
He's 20 years ahead of us.
One of my favorite people to talk to.
He talked for like 2 straight hours, and we were just like, we can't even share some of the stuff he was saying.
I didn't even know.
I'm like, how do you sleep knowing all this information?
He's 20 years ahead of us.
The interesting part about the NVIDIA piece is that we spoke to the execs there, right? And they're like, this is great. Thank you guys for information, because people are investing and they are making money. But their employees have made a lot of money too. So we have to be a part of that. So that's why it's important to be educated, but also to say this is something that you can do.
All right, we got more with the brothers from Earn Your Leisure. When we come back, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Rashad Bilal and Troy Millings from Earn Your Leisure. Charlamagne?
What's been the success stories from InvestFest over the last 4 years?
Oh man, so many, man. I feel like, well, first I'll speak to our success story because that's something that we can relate. So we last year it was a gentleman that came from Ghana to InvestFest, and he had just heard about it. He came to InvestFest and he was very impressed by InvestFest, so he wanted to connect with us. So Shaka Bars actually connected us. We went to Ghana. They hosted us. Turns out, so you heard of Afro Future?
Yeah,
he's one of the people that those Afro Future. Polo Beach Club, if you ever been to Ghana, they own Polo. They own Polo Beach Club. They own a bunch of real estate, everything. So they connected with us. They like, yo, we got 300 acres of land and we want to build on it. And they like, well, what's the play? And they're like, well, we want to. And it's crazy because we already had this idea of bringing people from the diaspora over, but not just to party and leave, right? Like actually more sustainable, like buy real estate, build a community. So we're actually working on building a community with the brothers from Ghana. That's all because of InvestFest, right? But there's vendors. We interviewed a vendor that made $300,000 in the vendor marketplace selling her services. We interviewed another vendor who is a husband and wife combination, and they met Tabiti, who was Steve Harvey's partner, and then from there they developed a relationship, and they took their business from making like $10,000 to now they've made over $3 million just in the vendor marketplace. I know people that have went to InvestFest and learned, and they actually purchased a home from the information that they received. So the networking is just unbelievable, and then the information, when you add the networking with the information, is definitely an opportunity to change your life.
Yeah. So we were with our brother Ray Daniels, and he was like, "Look, when I walked into that marketplace, I never been to Black Wall Street, but I would imagine this is what it looked like when you have just all these over 400 businesses, people networking, people creating ideas, and actually finding networking pieces, right? It might be your investor, or it might be your next business partner, or you might look and say, man, I want my business to scale like that. And so now people are getting ideas how to grow their business. And then obviously, we come through the marketplace, but we're not just walking by ourselves. We're bringing Tyler Perry through, right? We're bringing Robert Smith through. So like just to have the opportunity to see that in real and like have a moment with that, it's incredible because they're looking at it as a way to invest as well. I know Steve Harvey walks through and he's like, all right, I want every piece of art that this person has. Like there's opportunities in there that just don't exist. So imagine you just started your business, or you're in year 1 or 2 of your business, and you might see 10,000 customers throughout the year. You're talking about 50,000 people in 3 days. It just doesn't happen. It's a very unique opportunity.
Did he ever give you all $1 million, or he just did the big check thing?
So did he? All right. So this is before InvestFest. Last year, obviously before everything happened, we was working with Revolt, and they like, yo, did he want to give you guys $1 million to invest? At first, it was supposed to be $1 million for us to invest for him, right? And we like, nah, let's do something a little bit more creative, right? Like let's get the $1 million, but let's like show it in like real time, be transparent, and then like break it up. So we'll put like 100,000 in the stock market, then we'll go to like Louisiana and we'll buy a multi-family home, then we'll give it to like an entrepreneur in Texas to start a gas station. So we was going to actually like show what we were doing with the million. Like the millions has grown to 2 million. It's grown to, and he didn't even want any money. He was going to, any of the profits, we was going to split the profit, and he was going to give his part to charity, and then he's going to give us the other half. So we had been talking about this for months. So when we was going to make the announcement, we like, yo, we should make the announcement at InvestFest. Like, you're going to come. Like, it would make sense to do it on InvestFest. So they liked the idea. So yeah, they gave us the check on stage. So it's important to educate the audience, right? Like, so when they do like those big Kinko's checks, contrary to popular belief on the internet, you can't take that check into Bank of America and cash it.
You can't bring that to the draft.
People think that you get that check. Like,
it won't fit in the ATM.
Like, yo, I seen you got the money, bro. He gave you the check. I'm like, that's not how
he signed it though.
So all right, so that's like for show, right? Then after that, then lawyers have to kind of work out the final agreement or whatever, and then they wire the money to you, right? So that could take a couple of weeks, but it took a couple of months. We never got it. And I will say this. I think that he had the intentions of giving it to us because he actually called after. He's like, yo, did y'all get the money yet? I'm like, no, I didn't get it yet. But his team, I can't even knock them. They were doing their due diligence. They wanted to make sure it was right, that the legal agreement and everything. So it was just taking a long time, right? It took like from InvestFest in August to like October.
10 months.
It wasn't 10 months. It was like
we started the conversations.
Yeah, but from the time we got the check, the big check.
Yes.
So in October we still didn't get it, right? And then in November everything happens, and then
y'all knew it was over.
It was over. We didn't even bother. So we never got the physical money. But also that's important to kind of clear up too. It wasn't a donation to us. He wasn't investing in Earn Your Leisure. We were going to invest the money for him, and the proceeds was going to go to charity, right? So that's another, people kind of create their own narratives like, yo, Diddy gave y'all $1 million, so y'all can't talk about him. He never gave us $1 million. And even if we did get the $1 million, it was never going to our bank account. It was never going to Earn Your Leisure. It was going to be invested, right? But yeah, that never actually ended up happening.
Well, how can they get tickets for InvestFest?
InvestFest.com. You can get your tickets. It's still a couple days left to enter to the Nipsey Hussle Business Grant. That's an opportunity to win $100,000. But yeah, come to InvestFest, man. We got so many great speakers. It's August 23rd to August 25th in Atlanta, Georgia World Congress Center. It's our 4th year doing it, and man, if you've never been, it's a life-changing experience. Something that we definitely are looking forward to. And thank you guys for allowing us to come on the platform and talk about it. Appreciate it.
We appreciate y'all. And it's the biggest year impact. And we got this is breaking news. $25,000. We talked about the Lauryn Hill initiative. We talked about the Nipsey one. $25,000 will be given in the marketplace as well. So that's breaking news alert right now.
25 in the marketplace.
25,000 to a
vendor.
Shout out to Bevel, our team at Bevel. Yeah,
they doing that. So
wow,
yeah, so that's going to be incredible.
Well, it's Earn Your Leisure. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody.
The only thing I hate about working at a hip hop radio station is thieves, right? Because if you forget to lock the door, people will go in and just steal stuff. So I just want whoever went in our office and stole those brand new AirPods and all that other stuff out of that black book bag. You know, it's a camera right there in front of the office door.
They took it out your bag?
Yes. So all we're gonna do is look at the camera and see who took it. Just want you to know that.
Somebody stole your AirPods out your bag?
Brand new AirPods. They weren't somebody. It was a gift somebody gave me. They were all it was in a black bag. But we're gonna find the person, and then I'm gonna get him Donkey today live on the radio.
Oh.
That's all.
Well, I'm gonna steal these chairs, the thrones that we don't use. I'm gonna steal them for the car show.
You can have those. Them things hurt my back. I've been got out that throne.
Yeah, well, anyway, let's get to Jess With The Mess. Let's go.
News is real, whether it's headlines, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
And to stop from being embarrassed, I would return those AirPods immediately. Like,
you know
just run by the office and just throw them in there.
You know how stupid I get.
Yeah, because there's cameras right there. Just throw them back in there.
Put them back in all.
Just throw them back
you took out the black bag, just put it back. If not, don't worry about it.
Oh, because this is gonna get nasty. See, just I don't know who it was, but just throw it back.
And
in
I'm gonna
there.
get you fired if you work here. I'm gonna let you know that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I just want you to know that too.
All right. Well, yesterday, T.I. was arrested at Atlanta airport, and this is the reason why.
Well, a case of mistaken identity sends Atlanta rapper T.I. to jail. Authorities placed T.I., whose real name is Clifford Harris, in handcuffs at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and he was taken to the Clayton County Jail Sunday night. Officers had a warrant for Clifford Harris, but the Harris they were looking for was out of Baltimore, Maryland. Police say the suspect is wanted on charges of stalking and violent behavior toward a woman. T.I. was released after he contacted his lawyer.
This is how I know Atlanta has let too many transplants in. Because there is no way in hell somebody from Atlanta is arresting TIP in Atlanta. There is no such thing as mistaken identity.
Clifford Harris from Baltimore, like that.
In Atlanta? When I read that story, the first thing I thought was like, that couldn't have been Atlanta.
And that's what I thought.
Lo and behold,
but it was Atlanta airport.
No, there's just some people you don't mistake in Atlanta. I know nowadays y'all be mistaking T.I. for Keith Lee, but no, not in Atlanta.
Makes no sense. So he was released, and it was a mistaken identity. Now, yesterday we had Polo G on.
But is that all you get though? Like you just?
Yes, I'm sorry. After I missed my flight, I'm sure T.I. had a show or he had somewhere to be.
Emotional
he probably
distress.
Missed that. Emotional distress.
Emotional distress. Like there's a lot of things that go into you just locking me up. Like nobody wants to be arrested.
Embarrassment.
And that's what I'm saying. I know. I don't like that. You can't just say I'm sorry. My bad.
You just hurt my sponsorship. I was gonna get a sponsor with somebody. Now they just pulled that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They see me in cuffs.
Nah, can't just be a my bad. I'm sorry. They got to be some type of compensation.
All right. Now, Polo G was on the Breakfast Club yesterday, and this went viral yesterday. We had a conversation about Polo G about everything, his new project, his new album. But recently, Polo G's mom and sister got into an altercation where Polo G's mom fired some shots at the daughter. And he explained it and broke it down yesterday.
When you see family public issues spill over to social media, like, everybody saw the situation between your mom and your sister, do you intervene or do you let them work that out?
For sure, I'm always intervene. It's like, I don't want to see no shit like that. So I'm always try to get in between it before it go too far.
That gotta be a rough one. What you mean
go too far? They was fighting and shooting at each other. This is Chicago. Chicago. I might have to start adding Chicago with Florida. He said before it go too far. It was too far. They was fighting and shooting, Polo. Is it even something that can be worked out, you think?
Yeah, for sure. Everybody's family go through shit like that. I'm accustomed to.
And how do you intervene? Because you can't pick a side. It's like you almost got to just try to put them both in the room and be like, let's have this conversation.
Yeah, that's definitely the angle to take. Because my sister, a pretty headstrong person. She her mother child,
How you squash that after your mom shoots at you?
How do you squash that after your child puts hands on you? Like, salute to Station Mack, Polo G's mother. That's my partner. Salute to his sister, too. I do hope they work that out. Or they may not, because I don't know if you can trust your child again after they attack you. And, if you're forced to defend yourself with a firearm, maybe they better off staying away from each other.
Yes, I think the latter of both of them makes more sense. Now, also yesterday, which was trending, is Charlamagne did an interview, had a conversation with Big Sean. This is his new interview series called Out of Context. But during this conversation, he talked about possibly Big Sean marrying Jhené Aiko, and he broke down why he feels like they're not married as of yet.
What's stopping y'all from getting married? Oh, y'all already did one of those secret industry weddings.
No, there has not been a secret industry marriage. It's a little personal. Just like any people who have dealt with love, we've had our ups and downs. And I think it's still finding the right navigation through it all. To me, marriage symbolizes like the best relationship. People be like, oh, you got to get married. To me, I feel like having a relationship is first and foremost, and like marriage is a byproduct of that. And I feel like a lot of people get the idea of like, oh, you have to get married. To me, that's almost a fear-based way of thinking too, because then people be getting divorced. The divorce rate's so high, and I'm not like discounting anything, and I'm not saying that we aren't gonna get married, but what I'm saying is that there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Yeah, so he was trending yesterday on the reason why, Big Sean and Jhené Aiko have not been engaged or not married as of yet.
I mean, listen, the ups and downs never cease, right? Like, that's what a marriage is. That's what a relationship is. You two humans who are constantly growing and evolving. So just, find somebody that you can grow and evolve with. And everybody moves at their own pace. Like, my wife and I have been together for 26 years. We've been together since we was teenagers, but we didn't get married until 2014. So we will be married 10 years this year. Okay, drop on the cruise bonds for us. So everyone moves at their own pace. I don't have a problem with the brother saying he needs to do more work on himself, but I'll just tell you this: marriage is a constant work in progress. Okay,
and what he said, obviously they're not on the same page in certain things, and they want to get on that same page before they get married. And that's not a problem.
Yeah, but you might. Some days you may be on the same page. Correct. Some days you may not. That's my whole point. Like you're two different individuals who come together to form this unit. So you hope that you're on the same page more than not. But there's gonna be days that you aren't, and that's fine too. Like I said, marriage is a constant work in progress. Humans, we are always under construction. So I would just tell anybody out there, put your hard hat on and find someone you want to build with for the rest of your life.
That's right. And lastly, Kalani, her baby father, is accusing her of being in a religious and sexual cult. Now, he is claiming that the leader
Excuse me, say what?
Yes, he is saying that he believes Kalani is involved in a cult, a religious cult and sexual cult. He says the leader of so-called cult, which we don't have a name, has multiple sexual assault allegations and believes their daughter could be at risk of being a victim. He said he is tired. He said he claimed that she lied about him being gay. He said he's not gay. He said he's not lied about him being a gay sperm donor to support her narrative of being a lesbian. And he said he's tired. He said for the last 6 years they've been calling me gay, and I'm not gay.
Okay, so that's the context of this revelation, that she called him gay. Now, by the way, what's a gay sperm donor? What does that mean exactly? Could somebody break that down for me?
I guess
I'm not the highest grade of weed in the dispensary. A gay sperm donor, is this a sperm donor who's gay?
Yes.
So what does the gay have to do with it? Why can't you just be a sperm donor? Why you got to be a gay sperm donor?
What he's saying is
going to help me out here.
What he was saying, and I'll say allegedly, he was saying that they were besties and she used his sperm to get pregnant. But he's saying that's not true. He told allegedly
so
she told people
he gave the gay sperm. He gave the sperm to 2 lesbians.
Correct.
Okay, so that don't make him a gay sperm donor. He donated some sperm to some gays.
Yeah, but I guess she was saying that he was gay, and he's saying he's not gay, and that they didn't.
I just like this story for no reason. Explain to me, because I really can't understand. Come on,
Oh
tell
my
me more.
goodness! All right. Well, he's just mad because he said he gave up his sperm and that he is not gay, and he said the only reason that he didn't come out is because the narrative of them being a lesbian he didn't want to ruin. So he
now, how did they get that came out and that's what made it gay?
Goodness. I don't know how they got the sperm. They're saying that maybe they had some sexual relations, but I guess
did a man doctor milk him? Is that why he feels gay?
You know what?
I'm just trying to figure out how did the gay happen here. Okay, I'm a little confused. Nobody want to help you Unc out?
No.
Help Unc out, man.
No. Oh my gosh, man, that is Jess with the mess, man. The man just said he's not gay. He don't want to be gay. Stop calling him gay. The last 6 years he's been gay forever, and he don't want to be gay no more.
I ain't worried about the gay. I'm just trying to figure out how the gay and the sperm donor come together, but I'll figure it out later.
I don't want to talk. It's enough.
It's enough. You don't take nothing serious, man. What are you giving that donkey to, man?
Boy, after the hour, we need Rashawn Ajuwani to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
I know what race he is.
I don't know what race he is.
I can tell you.
He sounds African, but we'll talk about it.
All right, we'll get to it next at the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Your execution on the donkey of the day is something to behold. Is it a read?
He gave me donkey of the day and I deserve it.
People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them.
I am.
Because you have the voice. Tell them. Tell them.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You're trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to God.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, August 6th. It is Tuesday, August 6th, right? Let me make sure. Yes. Goes to a 35-year-old man named Rashawn Shawal Ajuwani. I don't know if I pronounced this man's name right, but let's get to the story. Rashawn is likely headed for trial, according to L.A. County Superior Court records, because he was arrested on October 18th. What was Rashawn arrested for? Well, he was arrested because he was accused of trying to steal a hash brown at gunpoint from a McDonald's. I repeat, he was accused of trying to steal a hash brown at gunpoint from a McDonald's. Not even with a real gun, okay? A replica pistol. See, y'all think I be lying, but you can look this up. The victim reported that Rashawn arrived at the third window in the drive-thru line and demanded a third hash brown after ordering 2, okay? Big back behavior. The employee at McDonald's let the suspect know that he only paid for 2, and the suspect, Rashawn, told the McDonald's employee, "Don't you F with me," while using the employee's name from his name tag. So let's just paint the picture. If the guy's name that worked at McDonald's was Calvin, Rashawn kept saying, "Don't you F with me, Calvin." Well, clearly he thought Calvin was still effing with him, so he, Rashawn, went to his vehicle, pulled out a firearm, the fake gun, a prosthetic pistol, if you will, a silicone scrap, a GMO gat. He pointed this impossible piece, this Beyond Biscuit, at the employee and said, "These hash browns ain't dying for you." He didn't really say that, but in my mind, that's how he was bringing it, okay? But he did point the firearm at the victim's chest, and the McDonald's employee said he gave up the third hash brown because he was in fear of his life. You think? And can you believe Rashawn had a wife? Investigators identified the SUV that he was driving, and it was registered in his wife's name. All right, they served a search warrant on their home, and the victim positively identified Rashawn out of a lineup, and deputies found a black Glock 19 style compressed air fired pistol during their search of the Canyon County home. This man had a house, an SUV, and a wife, and he robbing people for hash browns. Now he's facing 2 to 5 years in prison. The judge denied a motion by Rashawn's counsel. They wanted a mental health diversion for him, citing the aggravating and mitigation factors. I don't even know what that means, but I do believe Rashawn is dealing with some type of mental health issues, because you don't flip out like that over no damn hash brown. A hash brown? And you already had 2? Okay, robbing a McDonald's for a hash brown is like sticking up a Starbucks for a free Wi-Fi code. Okay, it's like robbing a 7-Eleven for a free Slurpee refill. If you're going to commit a crime, at least steal something that doesn't cost less than your bus fare home, and you ain't even need bus fare because you're at an SUV. Okay? Who the hell wants to spend 2 to 5 years in prison because they committed grand theft breakfast? All right? Nobody in prison gonna take you serious. Your cellie asks you what you in for, and you say stealing hash browns. Then your cellie turns to you and says you're ass brown. Okay, that's when things can get tricky. What? All right, robbing McDonald's for a hash brown? How hungry do you have to be to risk 5 to 10 years for a $1 menu item? Okay, now there's a part of me that respects the basicness of it all, though. Okay, Rashawn walked into a McDonald's with a GMO gat, and what did he demand? Not the hotcakes, not a sausage biscuit. Okay, by the way, McDonald's is 2024. Can we get chicken sausage biscuits, turkey sausage biscuits, please? No pork on my fork. But he didn't want either. Rashawn didn't want any of that. He wanted a hash brown. You gotta respect the simplicity. Forget what's in the cash register. He wanted that fried potato. Okay, who knew you could turn Big Mac breakfast cravings into a felony? Now, I have the president of the Fat Lives Matter committee. We don't have the wobble in there, do we? I like whenever he walks in, I want the wobble to play.
Wobble,
Big
baby,
Mac
wobble,
is here.
baby, wobble, wobble, baby,
you
wobble,
know,
baby.
anything concerning food, Big Mac wants to weigh in because you know he can break the scale. Mac, the floor is yours.
I hate short people, man. I hate short people all the time. But I had to speak on this one because as the president, I knew you was going to shame this man. And that's because you always looking at it from the skinny committee.
Talk to me.
You're not looking at it from the other side of it.
Okay.
First off, do you know how much hash browns are these days?
How much?
$3.49.
For one hash brown?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
I don't believe that.
Things
Let me look
changes
that up.
now, huh?
Damn.
So he didn't rob McDonald's for a hash brown. He paid for 3 because hash browns used to be $1.
$3.49.
Look, do your research.
You see that?
See?
Yes.
Jesus
y'all not
Christ.
part of it. I get the emails all the time every time they change it.
Damn.
So he ain't robbed that. I used to pay $1 for it. So technically, when he got his receipt, saw $3, he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I didn't pay for 3 hash browns. I only got 2. Let me pull up. Let me get that other one."
Well, that wouldn't make no sense because he bought 2. So then that way that'd be like almost $7.
Until he saw his receipt, he said, "Oh, they charged me for 3. I got to go back around. Let me get that third one."
Well, technically, if you see $7, that'd be they would charge them for like 7 or 8 based off the logic you use.
Right, but he's probably was getting frustrated because, you know, the gas price is high too. So he's like, I'm not going to keep looping around. That's why he pulled the gun out. I'm more mad that he kept the gun for the cops to find him than he is about doing the hash brown thing.
Please give Rashawn Alajuwani the biggest hee-haw. Okay? Matter of fact, give him some sweet sounds in the Hamiltons too.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. Yeehaw.
Rashad, what about? Don't. No, I'm taking the donkey back. Don't you? No, you do
Mack,
God's
you
work.
Still
sir.
standing here like you in line at the cookout. Okay. All right, why you still here? All right, your plate is full.
I'll be mad because you got to sit at the kids' table.
Damn. You don't think McDonald's should get a little bit of that for hash browns being $3.19?
Yes, and then, you know, they don't sell it all day like some of the other breakfast items. So he was probably like, damn, I only got like 30 minutes. Let me swing back around real quick. And then, would you say Charles or Chuck? Everybody try to be a hero.
Calvin.
Everybody try to be a hero when they work the fast food. Just give me the damn hash brown.
You know there's headlines about this? Like $3 for a single McDonald's hash brown.
Yes, that's
customers
crazy.
are fed up and pushing back.
You're welcome.
This was on This is from February 2024 on
That's
KSL.com.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. I can put y'all on the email chain if y'all want.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
It's easy.
No, I'm all right.
BigBacksnacks@gmail.com.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today, sir.
Mack is voting for whoever can lower the price of hash browns at McDonald's.
Come on,
Okay?
that's why Michelle was doing all that healthy food. I said, wait a minute, Michelle Obama, you got
Goodbye, Mac. Goodbye.
You want taters for Trump or hash browns for Harris? Which one you want?
Now, when we come back, Edgar Berlanga will be joining us. Of course, he's fighting Canelo Alvarez on September 14th in Vegas. So we're going to kick it with Edgar Berlanga when we come back. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
Yes,
Of course, we
indeed.
got Ak with us today because we got a special guest in the building, Edgar Berlanga. Welcome, brother.
So my boy, how's everything, man?
How are you, man?
Real good.
How you feeling? Big fight coming up?
Yes, sir.
September 14th against Canelo Alvarez. How you feeling about it?
Amazing, man. I'm highly blessed, man, to be in this position. I'm not supposed to be here. We went through a lot of trials and tribulations, you feel me? And, we got here, man. We did, all the hard work is paid off, man. And I started boxing at 7 years old. And 20 years later, man, I'm fighting the biggest fight of my life.
Wow.
Now, you wanted this fight for a long time. You've been calling it out. You've been saying it. So what finally got the deal done?
I've been talking about this for years, man. Even before we was about to turn pro with my coach, we seen Canelo rising, and we was just like, yo, listen, man, like, this is the fight that's gonna happen soon. Something big, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. And I feel like through my hard work, keeping God first, it happened, manifesting. You feel me? Like, just talking about it, putting it out there in the universe.
Are you nervous at all? Because it's like you said, you grew up watching him and watching boxing. He was one of the people that you like watching, you idolize. So it's kind of like, as a kid, it's like playing your LeBron or playing your Jordan. Do you get nervous for playing one of your idols, fighting one of your idols at all?
I wouldn't say nervous. I'm just excited, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I was like on 2 hours of sleep the day before yesterday. I was just going, bro. I was in the gym, to the track, working. My coach like, yo, bro, you ain't take none, no, cause you up, bro. Like, they was trying to put me to sleep, and I'm saying like, yo, go take a nap. We only got 2 hours. We just landed in New York at 10 in the morning. I was like, well, I'm going, man. Like, that's it. The fight's here, man. The fight starts now, and I'm excited. There's an opportunity to make history, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm from New York, Puerto Rican. I'm from the trenches, and a lot of people's depending on me. You know what I'm saying? And through me, people that never made it to that level, I win. They all gonna win.
This weekend, I just came from LA, the Crawford fight, and during the fight, Turkey Al-Sheikh put out an offer to Canelo for the Bud fight. So, in other words, they're looking past you, right? Yeah. He's already thinking about Terrence Crawford fighting Canelo Alvarez. How does that make you feel?
I was upset looking at it because they just kept mentioning, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, they overlooking me. But, it was bound to happen, you feel me? Like, I feel like now, all my life I've been overlooked, you know what I'm saying? Even me, when I turned pro, all the promoters didn't want to sign me. Nobody wanted to sign me. They was like, nah, we don't want them.
Why do you think that is?
I have no clue, bro, for real. Like, I went to the Olympic trials. I lost, so we were supposed to go to Puerto Rico, but I had an injury. We was just like, yo, we're going to turn pro. So when we wound up turning pro, no promoters wanted me. But I stood 10 toes down. I told Mark, I told my dad, they was just like, yo, listen, they're going to want you soon. And when I went in the gym, because nobody wanted to sign me, right? So I was like, okay, copy, say no more. I'm used to this, you know what I'm saying? I'm used to being the underdog. I'm used to being in this position. And what started happening, I started knocking people out in the first round.
So that knockout streak started.
That right there.
16 first round knockout streak, right?
Yeah, so that right there was like the key start to everything, you feel me? Like, I was like, yo, these people out here is really ducking me. They don't see my worth. They don't see, okay. And I started pointing people out. Boom, 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 boom. Next thing you know, I got the city shaking. Now promoters is calling us.
Did that help or hurt, though? The reason I ask is, when you knock everybody out in the first round, everybody expects that every fight. So if you don't, and you take somebody to the distance, or you take somebody to the 6th round, they're like, Edgar fell off, he ain't the same. But you can't knock out everybody in the first round. So did that help or hurt?
It's always a gift, you feel me? Because I feel like God, God definitely blessed me with this power, you feel me? And this inner strength that I got is crazy. So, but then, I felt like it was a curse a little bit too, because, people now, all they expect is knockouts now. So they don't really they don't want to look at my boxing skills. They don't want to look at me boxing and moving around and hit and don't get hit no more. They like, this dude's a bum. You feel me? So I won 5 straight fights to distance. And, people been like trashing me bad, you know what I'm saying, on social media. I say it's a curse, right? Because, you knocking people out, and people get used to that, you feel me? People get used to the knockouts, and boxing is not about that, you feel me? Like, the first rounds was cool, don't get me wrong, because it blew me up quick, you know what I'm saying? In 2 years, next thing you know, I got Lil Wayne on my phone. I'm going to Tracy Morgan's crib, I built a crazy relationship with him, and then, Fat Joe been with me since before that, so it's crazy.
Khalid Plant, he said you are an unworthy challenger for Canelo. He said you got a weak chin, lack of experience, and poor technical boxing skills. He said you have no experience against genuine world-class opposition, and you struggled against the marginal competition that your promoters have carefully selected for you to maintain your unbeaten record. What do you say to that?
He's a hater. Period. See, you know the thing with him, right? And I told him when I seen him in Vegas, I said, yo, I got a lot of respect for you because you've been at that level. You know what I'm saying? Even though you lost, but you've been at that level. Like you fought Canelo, you fought Benavidez, and I got to give you that respect. You got it. You got to that level. You feel me? But I feel like now he clout chasing. You feel me? He's doing a lot of weird just to be relevant again. You feel me? And a lot of people know, dude don't sell. You feel me? He don't sell unless unless he's fighting a big fighter. You feel me? I'm like, you a hater, bro. Because when it was your time to shine, when it was your time to step in that ring with Canelo and all these guys, I never bashed you. I never said nothing about you. You know what I'm saying? I let you have your moment, but you didn't take your opportunity. You feel me? You lost. You got knocked out.
So how did that in Vegas? I saw you guys going back and forth on a clip that went viral, and you say you was giving him respect. So how did it turn into you guys going back and forth? What did he say to you? What was his response?
Yeah, because yo, bro, at the end of the day, I'm from New York, bro. I'm from the trenches, bro. You feel me? So it's different how you come. You gonna if I'm giving you respect, you gonna respect me. You feel me? And I gave him that respect, but he just kept going and going and
saying
going.
What though?
Yo, but what's up? You gonna give me that fight? Yo, I'm like, nah, I'm focusing on September. I got Canelo.
Oh, so he was talking about wanting to fight you.
But forget about that. If you don't get Canelo, what's up? I'm like, nah, it's not. I'm not even worried about that. Like, I got a plan A, and we sticking with that. He just kept going and going. Oh yeah, but what happened with the sparring? He talking about sparring. I was like 17 years old.
So you sparred him at 17?
Yeah, and I'm like, but what happened in the 6th round? I f***ed you up and I blew you out in the 6th round with a body shot. You ran out the ring. He started. I'm like, all right. So that's when I got him on New York. So
I just got 17 years old when you was sparring. With him. He was a pro already.
Yeah, he was pro. And I just turned it up on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, viral Fat Joe called me like, yo.
All right, we got more with boxer Edgar Berlanga when we come back. He's fighting Canelo Alvarez on September 14th in Vegas. We'll talk to him some more. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We also have Arce, our boxing analyst. We're still kicking it with Edgar Berlanga. He's fighting Canelo Alvarez September 14th in Vegas. Now, Charlamagne?
Is there any constructive criticism to take from something like Khalid said? Like when you hear the things that he listed, do you say, you know what, maybe I do need to improve on my boxing skills a little bit, or maybe I do need to move my head a little bit more? Like, do you listen to any of that?
Nah, I don't know.
No.
So outside of Plant, you mentioned the social media. They've been attacking you, saying you don't deserve the Canelo fight. You haven't done enough to earn that fight. What do you say to those people that aren't giving you a shot and saying you don't deserve the fight?
Even if quote unquote I would have deserved the fight, they still would have been talking, bro. I'm probably the top. I'm probably like between me, Shakur, Devin, Ryan, and who else is out there? And me. It's 5 of us that everybody hate in boxing, you heard? And they've been like that for a while already, for me. And I'ma always be like this, bro. Like, it's always gonna be hate.
Does it affect you though? Do you read that and be like, I gotta change this, or does that bother you at all?
Nah, I don't know. Before, when it first started, I used to, I'm not gonna lie, I went through a little depression, bro. Cause I never received crazy backlash like that. You feel me? After when I did the Mike Tyson bite on that Lugo.
Right.
And they suspended me, and then they was just trashing me, bro, for like 8 months, bro.
Why was the bite for people that don't know?
Yeah, what got into you that night?
Nah, so listen, look, first of all, the guy came in overweight, like 3 pounds. Cool. He came in on purpose. He came in overweight. He did some Ryan Garcia, like came in overweight. He didn't want to lose the weight. They was about to take like 50,000 from his check. He said, the day before the fight, if they'll take 50,000 from me, the fight's off. So whatever, he came overweight. Obviously, I made the weight.
But isn't there rules for that? Like, if you do it, we have to.
But listen, his coach did an interview after I beat him and said that their tactic was to come in 3 pounds overweight so they don't gotta be weight drained, so they could absorb my punches better. You feel me?
So he didn't get fight. They didn't take the 50 grand from him. He kept it.
No. Top Rank had to pay me, because if not, the fight would have been off. It was Puerto Rican Day weekend. You know what I'm saying? Right. Tickets were sold. It was a sold out event. So they was like, nah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And
so for those that don't know, the money goes to you.
Yeah, 1,000%. And so I got this dude on YouTube that's a crazy fan of me. He broke the whole 10 rounds down, but how dirty Angulo was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, he split me open with an elbow. He was throwing shots. Like, when he was throwing uppercuts, he was like, you know what I'm saying, hitting me. All I felt was headbutts and elbows the first 4 rounds. You feel me? So that was already getting me like upset. And then I told the ref before the fight in the back, we was like, yo, listen, this dude's a dirty fighter, so you gotta watch it with headbutts and with elbows. Yeah, but he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't warning him or nothing. So it was just off, I don't know, I was just on, come over here. Come over here.
Were you thinking about Tyson when you did it?
Yeah, come over here, bro. Like, whatever.
Now, Bud had a hit list, right? A list of everybody that talked negative about him. So when he won, he was able to check off the list. Charlamagne was one of them. Do you have that same type of list of everybody that talks smack and be like, when I win, I'm going back to check every last person?
Yeah, for sure, man. I got a whole list, bro. I probably got like 1,000 people.
Name a couple. Name a couple that we would know that's on that list.
That's on that list, yeah.
It's more like bloggers and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like people I see on Twitter.
What about fighters? Obviously, Caleb Plant.
Yeah, Caleb Plant, ass. Benavidez, ass. His father, Morrell. That's about it. That's
David Morrell?
Yeah. But as for the fighters, yeah, them right there. That's the only one I really seen, like, and probably, I seen like a little podcast. Nobody be worrying about him though, but Terrence Crawford, stablemate, he always be chatting. Steven Nelson, yeah, him too.
When is the last time you've been this doubted going into a fight? Ever?
Nah, this is the first time.
Yeah,
this is crazy.
Yeah,
nah, this is crazy. They saying first round, second round, KO.
David
I'm
Morrell
just taking all that
bull.
Yeah,
He
not making bread. That's why he tight. And look, he just fought at 175 and went the distance. Clown too. That's what I'm saying. Everybody always want to talk to. You know what it is? They've been trying to chase this dude. You feel me? And me, I just had my feet up, hands to my back. And the fight just came to me. You feel me? And these guys is doing extra like trying to, provoke Canelo, trying to do a lot of things to get this fight.
Got it.
How much has your son impacted your life since he was born?
A lot, man. Like that's my little twin right there. You know what I'm saying? It happened so quick with my girl. How, she got pregnant quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I seen her and we started vibing out, and in 3 months, she came out pregnant. And I was cool with it, like. And I was a guy that I wasn't really into
3 months after into the relationship.
Yeah, but it felt like those 3-4 months.
Protect yourself at all times.
No. But listen, no.
That's what the ref said.
Protect yourself at all times.
Nah, but you know how when you find that one is like, you feel like you already know the rip. And 3-4 months, it felt like we was together for like
I don't know. I ain't never
4
found
years,
that one
bro.
in 3 months, but
you know what I'm saying? And it just felt normal. Like when she came pregnant, if it was another chick, I would have been going crazy. Like, nah, I don't know, man, I'm not ready. But with her, it was like, it was ready. Yeah, it was meant to be, 100%.
So you gonna have some more?
Yeah, I'm trying to go for the girl this year.
Oh, this year.
Go for the girl.
And how does that influence you when you go into the ring? Like,
my son looks up to me. You know what I'm saying? He loves going to the gym with me. He does everything I do. So now it's like I know I'm a role model for him. You feel me? So now I gotta change how I talk, how I act, how I carry myself even more in the ring. I just look at him, man, and I know that this is the way I feed him. You know what I'm saying? This is the way I could provide a certain lifestyle for him and put him in the best schools and be able to afford it. I don't want him to be a boxer. I know he's gonna be a superstar. That's why I named him Chosen. I feel like he's gonna be something amazing in this world, and he needs a father like me. He needs that bread. He needs that bag behind him to put him in the right places. You feel me? And to take it to that level. So with that being said, just me, because of that, that's why I feel like I'm more focused than ever.
If you were to beat Canelo, I mean, you'll be fighting for 3 straps that he has.
Yeah.
Do you want to be undisputed? Like, is legacy important to you, like winning titles in different divisions?
Oh, of course. That's at the end of the day, that's why I've been boxing for 20 years, right? Like, the money's gonna come. As long as I'm doing the right thing and I'm disciplined in the sport and I'm doing what I have to do in the sport, the money gonna come. Like, sponsorships gonna come, endorsement, all that's gonna come. We just gotta focus on the main prize, and that's boxing. You know what I'm saying? And winning. As long as we doing that, everything gonna come. You know what I'm saying? And the legacy. You know what I'm saying? You focus on legacy. When you focus on legacy, you stamping your last name into that history books of boxing. And with me, I got a big island. It's small, but it's big. Right. And there's a lot of boxing fans out there. Probably 3 million people on the island, and out of 3 million, it's probably like 900,000 boxing fans. Right. So I got to go out there and I got to put my name. I've been in the sport for 20 years, so I want to go out there and put my name with the greats. When they mention Trinidad, when they mention Macho Camacho, Alfredo Benitez, Miguel Cotto, they're going to mention my last name. They're going to mention me.
All right. Well, the fight is September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Good luck.
Yes, sir.
Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga, and we appreciate you for joining us, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
It's Edgar Berlanga. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is out. She's on maternity leave. And let's get to the mess.
News is real, whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies,
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a culture shift.
She was able to get y'all to see something and understand something that nobody could get you to see.
It's time to set it off.
Now, Vice President Kamala Harris is due to pick her vice presidential pick at a rally in Philadelphia later today. People don't know. They believe it's between 3 people. Josh Shapiro, of course, he's Pennsylvania governor. Tim Walz is Minnesota governor. and they're saying Senator Mark Kelly from Arizona.
I hope it's Governor Josh Shapiro. And Governor Josh Shapiro's been here to the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he'd be the best pick. That's a strong ticket, Harris Shapiro. I like Governor Shapiro. You know, he's like when he was here on the Breakfast Club, you hear him talk about a lot of different things. He's a strong advocate for workers' rights. He, led a lawsuit against opioid manufacturers. He led an investigation into clergy sexual abuse in Pennsylvania. His probation reform, his clean slate initiative. Like, there's a lot of things in Pennsylvania that he's done that I like. So,
and I think it would be great the fact that they actually rally in his town. I think that would be great if they do pick Josh Shapiro.
And it just look fly. Who was it? Was it JFK that said politics is visual? They look fly together.
They definitely do.
But more importantly, I like the issues that he stands for. Mm-hmm. But they said it's between him and Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. And from what I saw, commentators. Like my guy Bakari Sellers, salute to Bakari Sellers, dropping a clue bomb for Bakari. I saw him on CNN last night, and he was saying that Tim Walz does the least damage because there's been so many attacks on Governor Shapiro because of his stance on Israel and Gaza, because he is Jewish. But I don't understand that logic because Governor Walz and Governor Josh Shapiro's stance on Israel and Gaza are the same.
Right.
So
we'll see later today who she picks. Mm-hmm. Now, also, Harrison Butker. You know who Harrison Butker is?
No.
He is the Kansas City Chiefs kicker. Now, the reason I'm doing this story is because, a lot of kids, they want to be a quarterback or they want to be a running back or they want to be wide receiver or a corner. This gentleman just signed a deal with a 4-year extension worth $25.6 million that includes $17.7 million guaranteed. And he kicks the ball. 29 years old, so he just signed that with the Chiefs. So he's gonna be making like $6.5 million a year.
Is he the highest paid kicker ever?
Yeah, I don't know ever, but he's the highest kicker.
He's the highest paid kicker now.
That's right.
I need to see who's the highest paid kicker ever if I just tell kids to go out here and be kickers.
Behind him, forget it.
No, I'm serious, man. Who's the highest paid NFL kicker?
Well, behind Butker is Matt Gay.
There's Gay behind the buck. So he's gay together. They're gay bucks. they're gay bucks together.
You make this
gay
up.
Butt. Oh, his name is Butt.
Yes.
Harrison Butker.
Yes.
Okay.
Behind him is Matt Gay, and forget
I like that.
Forget it.
Gay and Butt, we need you in the meeting immediately. Where's Gay and Butt at? Should it be Butt Gay? What comes first? The butt of the gay?
You play too much. But I didn't make this up. It's on the sheet. It just says right behind Butker's. Forget it. All right. Well.
Let me see. He's the highest paid kicker in NFL history.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, Nicki Minaj.
They call him Harry Butt for short.
Harry Butt. Oh, my gosh. All right. Come on, grow up, guys.
Nope.
Nicki Minaj, it seems like she's calling out her sister. Her sister recently did an interview and she was talking about her getting into the industry. She was on the We in Miami podcast, and this is what her sister had to say. Her name was Ming.
People used to say like, oh, if this person was your sister, why did she do this for you? Why did she do that for you? And it's like, I never needed her to help me get to my goal. I just needed her to see that I can do it and she can be proud of me without having to think that I needed to have an easy way to get to the top.
So what's your current relationship with Nicki?
We was never close. She was like always like busy. She be busy and stuff like that. I be doing my too. Like, even though people do think that like we are not cool, we're gonna argue. I'm not gonna lie, my sister do be getting mad at me.
Well, Jasmine Brand has just reported that Nicki Minaj responded, and this is what they're saying that Nicki's response to that interview is.
Why would a person speak on a person they love? Why would a person speak openly about a private person? Why would a person do that? Who would you speak about in your interviews if someone wanted to interview you? Yourself, right? It's always a bad sign if who has never been successful in your line of work is doing interviews with people in your line of work. I think y'all think talent, like you could catch it like a cold, or maybe people could pass it through the genes. Even with blood relation, what God has given to me is mine. You have to go and get your own. You have to discover whatever it is that you're great at. Being a mooch and a clown don't run in my DNA.
Harsh truth.
Mm-hmm. But she's right.
Harsh
She's
truth,
right.
Nicki Minaj is saying.
She's right. Just because I'm successful and I'm doing well doesn't make it seem like that you are. You still have to put in the work, the time, and the energy, and do your own due diligence.
Yeah, proximity to talent means nothing. Proximity to people with gifts means nothing. You have to find your own way. You have to find your own blessings and gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a time when Nicki's sister tagged us all, and she said she wanted to come to Breakfast Club to tell her story.
Yes,
and I remember all of us collectively said, "Well, what does she do?"
Correct.
You know, like we're not going to bring her up here to just
because she's
discuss
Nicki's
Nicki.
sister, right?
Yeah, that don't make any sense.
Not at all. Not at all.
So Nicki's right.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, Krishan Rock. I know we haven't heard that name in a while. She's facing up to 8 years in prison on drug-related charges. She's facing 2 charges: failure to put a tax stamp on a controlled dangerous substance and possession of CDS with intent to distribute. Now, each charge carries a sentence of 4 years. The minimum sentence for each charge in Oklahoma is 2 years. She's currently detained in Oklahoma. She was taken from California and taken to Oklahoma, where she's waiting on her trial date. And that is Jess's mess.
Oh, well, just then, Kamala Harris picks Minnesota Governor Tim Walz as running mate.
She did?
That's what it just said 5 minutes ago.
Wow. You know much about Tim Walz?
No, not really.
He's old.
He's old.
Yeah, I just looked at his picture.
He looks like the cop off In the Heat of the Night.
Or he looks like the guy from KFC. No,
He looks like Archie Bunker.
No, he looks like the Kentucky Fried Chicken dude.
He looked like Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders a little bit.
Archie Bunker.
Yeah, he's pretty
Hold on,
old.
matter of fact, the dude off the Heat of the Night might be Archie Bunker. Am I tripping?
I don't know.
That is I turned to the right. Our producer, he just threw his thumb up. That's the same person.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the 41st governor of Minnesota since 2019. He is 60 years old. He looks a lot older than 60. But all right, we'll get more details and fill you in. I'm sure they'll speak today, and we'll give you all that tomorrow. All right. Up next, we got the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in right now. And don't forget, this weekend, I'm going to be in Shreveport, Louisiana with 50. You know, he's doing that huge weekend out there. And we're bringing the car show. So if you're in the surrounding cities, pull up on us. It's going to be a great weekend. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's go. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we told you a couple of minutes ago that Kamala Harris picks Tim Walz as her running mate.
Yeah, I don't like the pick.
He's the governor of Minnesota.
Yeah, I don't like it. I really don't.
Now, Minnesota is a Democratic state, correct?
Yeah, because he's the governor.
Yeah, so it's not a battleground state.
Is Minnesota a battleground state? Minnesota's not a battleground state. But I like Governor Josh Shapiro.
I like Shapiro too.
I like a lot of the things Governor Josh Shapiro is doing in Pennsylvania. You know, plus I just feel like there's energy, right? Like there's a certain energy and a certain quality that candidates have. Like seeing another old white man up there is not what I want to see.
Nah, he's 60 years old. He looks a lot older though. He's 60 years old.
Yes. Plus, I just really do like Governor Josh Shapiro. Like I was talking about earlier, like Governor Josh Shapiro, he's a strong advocate for workers' rights. You know, I love what he's doing in regards to probation reform, his clean slate initiative. There's a lot of things in Pennsylvania that I like that he did. Man, it's going to be interesting to sit back and watch. If why they have to explain why they didn't pick Josh Shapiro, because if it's because of Israel and Gaza, Governor Walz and Governor Shapiro have the same exact stance on Israel and Gaza. So now Dems gonna have to spend the next week explaining they're not anti-Semitic and didn't bend the knee to progressives.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
We'll give you a little information on Walz. He went to school in Nebraska. He served as an Army National Guard. Then he was a teacher for a little bit before he jumped into politics. He's similar to Josh Shapiro, where he's tried to expand voting rights in Minnesota and was oversaw the state's response to COVID-19 and also the brutality against protests in the wake of the George Floyd's death. So they pretty much stand on the same thing, but I'm with you. I just think he's a gentleman I don't want to see up there. I'm tired to see older white people up there that I really feel like we need to get the younger generation in there.
And I don't think that weird thing when he kept saying last week, he was like, they're weird. They're just weird. Mm-hmm. That went viral, but I don't think that got no legs. But we'll see.
All right. Well, when we come back, we got the positive notice, the Breakfast Club.
And imagine when they debate 39-year-old JD Vance against the, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like I don't like it. I don't like the pick. Whatever though.
All right, we'll be back at the Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ, NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, Jess is on maternity leave. She didn't have the baby yet, but she is out, and we got a salute to EYL. Earn Your Leisure for joining us today. Rashad and Troy for coming through.
That's right. InvestFest is going to happen August 23rd through August 25th, so make sure you go check that out.
Correct. And also salute to Edgar Berlanga. He's going to be fighting September 14th at the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. He stopped through as well this morning.
Yes, they fight on September 14th against Canelo Alvarez, so salute to them.
All right. Now, when we come back, it's time for the positive note now.
Yes, the positive note is simply this. The happiest people in the world are those who feel absolutely terrific about themselves. And this is just the natural outgrowth of accepting total responsibility for every part of your life. Did you hear what I just said? I'm going to repeat that. The happiest people in the world are those who feel absolutely terrific about themselves. And this is the natural outgrowth of accepting total responsibility for every part of your life. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?